Hey there, welcome guys. Welcome to CP Cards and Dice unboxing. Right? I hope everybody's doing well in these turbulent times. I think that if we kind of remain, level-headed and see the big picture, I think we should all serve to have a calming effect for those around us. I think we should continue to do what we love to do and stand strong as a community, and we will get through whatever the situation brings us. This is your home for tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history, reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, unboxings, rants, chats, and so much more. I say again, welcome from CP Cards and Dice. We will be rolling later and streaming some Mets 2019. I don't know when our 2020 season will come around, so we better enjoy our 2019 season and all the seasons previous. Now I'm trying to get the lighting correct so we can at least not have that glare on the cards. I don't know where that glare is totally coming from. I pretty much eliminated almost all the lights. I think there's a light above me that's causing some glare, so I'm going to turn that off as well. And I think it's gone now pretty much, and I'm realizing what I need to do, and I need to have bulbs, I need to have light, but I can't have anything directly flashing on the cards. I have a little bit of an issue on this side. All right, so what am I showing you here? This is the so if you're really into the 1969 baseball season, and I know I'm replaying using Payoff Pitch and using Replay Baseball simultaneously. The Replay PC game is simming all the teams, and then I'm rolling charts and dice using Payoff Pitch. So I'm doing both simultaneously, so that I have, for example, I have the pennant races and I have the leaders of the league, and I see how my players are doing in relation to those leaders and so on and so forth. So, and that's what I'm doing with 1969. Now, if you're really into 1969 season and you buy 1969, the Topps Baseball 1969 set, I bought a Mets set. That's one of the first sets that I bought, so I could have but if you buy the 69, they took that in 69, so that's going to be of your 68 team. If you want all the guys that played on the 69 Miracle Mets, almost all the guys, because Ed Charles retired, so he wasn't going to be around. So hold on, I'm still working, so I got to respond to one quick question. All right, so this is what I got. I'm doing an unboxing. This is my 1969 set. They're extremely cool. They got the gray border. But as I was saying, if you want the 69 Mets, you got to buy the 1970 season. So the big season is the 1970 card set. That's the one you want to buy if you want all your 1969 guys. Okay, just like if you want to replay 1987 like I'm doing with APBA, well, you buy the 1988 Topps baseball set. Okay, and that'll give you all your guys from 1987, because remember, there's a bunch of key guys that get traded. Back then, it was June 15th. So the majority of the season actually play the way it should be, by the way. For the majority of the season, they're playing with the team that they actually should represent at the end of the season. It's not like, okay, you get traded, September 1st, and you're there for 30 days. So you played with one team the whole year, but all of a sudden September 1st, you're on a new team and you're going to play 30 games with them. I don't like that. I like to make but I understand the reason for it is because they want teams to have the opportunity to pick up players in that stretch run, to potentially get them across the finish line and into the playoffs. I get it, but ultimately I don't like it. And I like the June 15 trading deadline, the classic trading deadline. I think that was more representative. But that was a bygone era where you had the same player on the same team for his whole career. That doesn't happen anymore. That's a joke. The only way you're going to keep a player on a team for his whole career is by allowing him, a 10, 15-year contract worth billions of dollars. All right, took a little sip of water. All right, so this is my 1969 set, but you buy the 1970 Topps season, and it's going to have the gray border, and this is going to be the last year of the portrait style. From this point on, they're going to create some action photos from what I understand. I'm not an expert on this, but I do know some basic facts. They have great backsides here of the card where you have a blue information on the player, you have a little cartoon, and you have his stats, his major minor league stats. These are amazing cards. I love my 1970 set. I wouldn't do away with it for the world. So that's what we got here. We got all the great Mets, Ed Kranepool and Ron Taylor and Ray Sadecki and Duffy Dyer. Love these guys. So cool. J.C. Martin, Cal Coons, right? So we got all these guys. This is great. Bobby File and Bud Harrelson, Al Weiss, Jerry Grody. Amazing stuff. All right. So let's get to the unboxing now. In 2019, starting, I believe, in the last few years, Topps has begun to capture the old style with the new players. In other words, they began capturing new players in the old template. And let's see at my unboxing. I just got that. I picked it up. These are not like crazy expensive. Like you're not spending thousands of dollars on some of these. I mean, some of these sets do cost thousands of dollars, but not the more modern cards. You can pick these up at a fairly reasonable price. Let's see how this comes. I don't know what it is. I'm doing the unboxing here of this set. This is going to be very cool. I know that Demo Dave's uses the cards. Now, what do I use cards for? I don't really collect cards, but I do use them for my replays, and I pull guys out every so often when I can't visualize a player. I'm like, okay, let me see what he looked like. Let me look at the old uniform. Let me get a sense of, the era, the time period. And that just brings my tabletop experience, my tabletop gaming to life. Aha, here you go. Look at that. So this is what you get here. This is from 100, from 0 to 400. So let's grab some cards, and this is not going to be easy because they're tight in there. So here, all right, let's see what they have. All right, so Stephen Wayne Pierce. He's a Red Sox. I think Red Sox. He plays first base, and look at that. How cool is that? That is the modern version of the 1970 baseball set that represents the 1969 players. Colin Moran, the third baseman for the Pirates. White Sox, Wellington Castillo. I think he's with a different team this year. Let me get my scissors out of the way. Let's see what else we got here. Try to get all this in the picture. There we go. Who do we got? Who else we got? We have Lewis Brinson with the Marlins. Oh, we got the old style rookie stars. How cool is that? Holy smokes. This is great. If you are you into the 69 year and you bought the 70 set, or you can remember this, this is a blast. This is the same style of card that they released in the, look at that. This is Chad Pinder, Athletics outfielder. Cole Hamels, Cubs pitcher. Indians, Brad Hand. David Dahl, the outfielder for the Rockies. John Gray. Luis Castillo, pitcher for the Reds. I have him on one of my dynasty teams. Kyle Freeland with the Rockies. Dustin Pedroia, second baseman for the Red Sox. Giants, Brandon Belt. Jeremy Jeffries with the Brewers. Gerardo Parra. Don't do that. The cat's trying to knock over my drink. Let me drink it all. And this is a blast. I think I picked this up for like $30. Get 400, and that includes shipping. Who's that? Wade Davis, Steven Matz, my Mets. All right, let's go Mets. Blue Jays, Richard Urena, shortstop. And Ian Desmond with the Rockies. You got tons of players here, and these are cool to have and know who you have, and you can separate them by team. And when you're playing a more modern era game, you can pull them out. So let's compare them to the actual cards from the 1970 set. Look at that. And on this last one, well, let me put Tom Seaver over here. On this last one, let's look at the backside. Oh, look at that. Look what they did. They even matched the back end of the card. Right? And that's, let's see who this is. Jason Kipnis, second baseman for the Indians. I think he moved around. I'm not sure. He may still be there. But what does it say? It says Jason, a two-time selection to the MLB All-Star Game, is a hard-nosed Keystoner who has seen abundant action in each of the first eight spots of the order. And then it has a little comic that says Jason had 4 hits with an inside the park home run, 8/26/18. This is the 2019 set, which represents the status and the data from 2018. Okay, so every year, this is a representative of the 1970 card set, I believe. Okay, and I'm pretty sure because it's identical. The bottom row is the actual 1970 card set. Okay, and again, this side I have some issues with the. Let me try to move this and aim it in a different way so I don't get that glare. The glare is the issue, especially on the. Let me see if I can remove that light. Yeah, that ought to be okay. There we go. All right, the glare is a problem with especially with the cards that I have in sleeves, that little plastic. All right, so let's see what it says on the Nolan Ryan card. It has a little comic that says, Nolan once fanned 21 batters in 10 innings and lost. Nolan Ryan, it says, with amazing ratio of Ks per innings pitched, Nolan had an incredible total of 313 strikeouts in 205 innings. In 1966, led West Carolina Loop in wins and Ks, and was voted MVP, reporting key saves in NL Championship Series and in the World Series. Look at that. So they recreated the exact back end of this 1970 set, but in the 2019 card set, the Topps card set. This is extremely cool because I'm into modern baseball. I'm also into the 1970 set because it represents the 1969 Miracle Mets season. That was the season to end all seasons. If you're a Met fan, that's when they went, from being at the bottom to being at the top in a miracle fashion. And that's a great season to replay. And I know that I invested a little bit in this season because I know I want to basically not only replay this season one time, I want to replay this season, multiple times. Now, what we do on the tabletop is critical this year because of the issue with the coronavirus and the fact that baseball won't be starting when it should be starting. What does that mean? What is the big picture? Well, the big picture is that this is going to go down as one of those seasons that's never really truly considered a real season. And when you say, oh, what do you mean by that? Well, this is what I mean by that. That if we miss out on 30 games, let's say, it'll be 132 game season, and a team wins. Well, everybody else will be like, well, you only won the division because it was 132 games. In 162 games, the other team that was like one game behind you, they would have gotten hot and they would have won. So you'll never be able to consider this like a fully, official season. Just like we don't consider 1981 an official season because, playing stopped. So every guy, that doesn't mean we still don't replay it to see, okay, this is what the result may have been. We still replay it, right? 1994, another incomplete season. We replay it again to see what if we would have kept on playing the season, would my team have won? They were in second place or they were in third place. What if I make these management decisions and so on and so forth? But it's all fiction, right? It's fictional. In other words, there's a difference between, nonfiction, which is what I try to do in my replays, and fiction, which is what sometimes I do in some of my replays. For example, when I played the 2019 World Series, I got the August History Maker baseball cards, and they put out an early set of the 2019 season, and I played the World Series. So that was my fictional account of what I thought potentially could happen in that World Series. And I don't pretend to be, a prognosticator. I don't pretend to be a gypsy fortune teller that I know who's going to win the World Series because I know more about baseball than anybody else. No, I don't know who the hell's going to do anything. Baseball is where the ball bounces. If you pick somebody and you get lucky, hey, that's the luck of the draw. But don't try to pretend that anybody has any more power than anybody else to figure out who's going to win. Because if you did, then you just go to Vegas and you can win it all. But that said, my time is up for this 15-minute unboxing video, and this is a very cool box of 2019 top set that I got that represents the 1970 set. And this is CP Cards and Dice. Remember, I welcome all your questions at combatpainter@gmail.com. Or I also go over the comments as well. This is your home for tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history, reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, rants, unboxings, and so much more. This is your host, CP Cards and Dice, saying I will see you soon, guys. Take care now.